Welcome to American Black Journal. I'm Stephen Henderson. The Education Achievement Authority of Michigan has launched an exciting program for 1,000 juniors and seniors at EAA high schools in Detroit. The students can earn free college credit valued at up to $30,000, and they will be placed in paid job apprenticeships in a variety of fields. Joining me now to talk about this initiative are Tyrone Winfrey, who's the Chief of Staff for the EAA, along with two of the program's partners, Focus Hope CEO William Jones and Henry Ford Community College's Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Tracy Pierner. Welcome to American Black Journal.
Thank you.
So that's an exciting way to start the second year of the EAA, Tyrone.
Very exciting. You know, back in June, I remember marching in the historic 1963 march in Detroit of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, and one of the chants was, what do we want now? Jobs. When do we want now? So the Education Achievement Authority is basically saying we want to help these students not only become educated, but also help them get the employment that we talk about in Detroit so much.
Right. And so, William, obviously you guys do a lot of this work with people in the community already, helping them get job training. It must not be that much of a translation then to try to take high school students and do it.
Well, actually, we're pretty excited about this. I mean, this partnership with the EAA, an extensive partnership in the community already, the chance to take them, expose them to the opportunities embedded in learning manufacturing, advanced manufacturing techniques in the Machinist Training Institute, as well as an information technology program, opens up tremendous opportunities for people and students who might not be aware of just what they can mean, both in terms of a job skill, a solid skill, but the opportunity to advance into college.
Well, and how much can high school students do of that work? I mean, at their age.
Well, let's assume that they're bright, and they're all bright.
Right.
You know, there's such an amazing resource of capabilities there. So I think that with training, you know, a year or two of training, they'll be able to step right into a job if they want to, or find part-time to work after school. You know, once you've got these skills, and they're translatable into immediate job opportunities, whether it be in a small office, a home office, or elsewhere, they're going to be employable.
Yeah. Dr. Pierner, the academic part of this is, that's got to be a huge plus for parents. Just the idea that my kid can get college credit while they're going to high school.
Oh, great opportunity for the students and for the community. You know, Henry Ford Community College is in its 75th year of providing workforce development and education for the community, and what an opportunity. Students can come to the college, finish a certification in a variety of different programs that we offer, and get a job right away, get an internship, a co-op, and also continue on. I mean, that's really our focus, is to try to get them to finish that associate degree. And for some of the students, after going through this program, it'll be 1 year of full-time at Henry Ford, and they come out with an associate degree at an age 18 years old.
And so if they're participating in the program, are they in class with other high school students, or are they in class with the kids who attend the university?
Well, in this particular semester, this is the first semester we're doing it, and we're doing some wraparound services with the students, doing an IBEST model, which is a model of trying to do some remedial studies along with their college content. We've got some built-in tutoring, things like this. So right now it's a cohort program, but as they transition into their senior year, they'll be in with actually the adult population.
And if they do then go on to community college or university, those credits go with them, right? Yeah,
the majority of the credits will. There are a couple of universities within Michigan that will ask what the percentage of high school students are in the class. And those particular credits for those particular schools won't transfer, so a little idiosyncrasy there, but nonetheless, most of them will transfer, and will transfer to most universities.
Right. Tyrone, we should remind the viewers that these schools, the 15 schools that make up the EAA now, were, before this, some of the longest underperformers, longest standing underperformers in DPS. So we're really talking about the critical population we need to reach in terms of public school kids.
And it goes back to what I said earlier about what do we want now in Detroit jobs. What do we want? It really is skills. We want these students to be able to academically perform so that they can go to Focus Hope, Henry Ford Community College, and beyond. So we're working with some of the students that have the most academic challenges to take those low-performing schools and make them high-performing.
Right. EAA has been criticized an awful lot, sometimes by me and our newspaper. You had a successful first year, though. I mean, I think there's no question that if you look at the test scores and the progress that kids made, it's there. What are you looking at in terms of the second year?
Well, we'll continue with the individualized student-centered learning. When I sat in high school years ago at Cass Tech, the teacher taught to the whole. And as I sat in the back, sometimes I was getting the information, sometimes I wasn't. With individualized student-centered learning, we can work with 5 students on a smart board, 5 students on laptops, 5 students on whatever, you know, basically meeting their needs and not just teaching to the whole. And that's been very important for us. And not only that, but also the partnerships that we formulated with Focus Hope and Henry Ford Community College and Wayne County Community College to make sure that they're, particularly the juniors and seniors, are in high school and getting college credit at the same time. We spent up to $2.3 million on this particular program with $400,000 at least in transportation. So we're not only saying you go to the college or Focus Hope, we're going to transport you there, plus you get 3 meals a day. I mean, you know, all to help you with your future.
Right. Some of the rough spots you guys experienced last year with there were widespread reports of some discipline problems at certain points. Certainly there were controversies over money. How much was this costing? How do you answer those questions?
Well, part of my hat at EAA, which is several, is public safety and security and even hearing officer and so forth. And what I found, or what we really found, and research pretty much bears this out, if you're working with schools that have the most academically challenges, you're going to deal with
you have discipline problems.
You have discipline. A lot of times kids weren't going to school. They were fighting, whatever. So we came in and said, hey, you know, it's a whole new paradigm shift. So initially we did deal with a lot of things, gang fights, robberies, assaults, you name it. I mean, I ran to so many schools, and it was just deplorable, some of the stories I heard. But one thing I found about sitting with gang members and other members that commit antisocial behaviors is that they're not involved in anything. Abraham Maslow says there's a hierarchy of needs you have. You got to belong to something.
Sure.
So if I'm not in the football team and not in the school student council or in the church choir, whatever, the gang is
what there is.
And so I talk to gang members, and I'm thinking if we could just get them in something, and that's productive, and that's why these partnerships are so important.
Right. Well, William, you guys see this all the time in the broader community. It's got to, again, be gratifying to see it work in the school context.
For sure. I mean, people don't care what you know until they know that you care, and that's especially true of young people. What's been accomplished at EAA is significant, and I applaud the efforts of everybody who's committed on a solid basis to not just care about our young people, but to make sure that they're educated and moving in a productive way.
Yeah.
Whether they're getting enrolled in a certificate program at Focus Hope or getting college credits at Henry Ford Community College or Wayne County Community College, we've all got to be part of this system of solutions.
Right.
To make certain that students are advancing and achieving. So these problems are difficult. It's not cheap.
Right.
Okay. Anybody who criticizes the amount of money spending is focused on the wrong issue.
Well, see, and that's a good point. I mean, you heard a lot of chirping last year about how much money was being spent at EAA schools, but it's not cheap to turn this around. But the question is, how do we do that for more kids, I think, right?
I think so, and as I look at this year as a perfection year. Last year was a growing year, the first year. Next year, we're going to perfect this model so that we can grow and help more students, not only in Detroit, but hopefully statewide. But it's not cheap.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. Dr. Piener, one of the things I hear from people on college campuses all the time in Michigan is complaints about the kids showing up the first year and they're not really ready for college level work, and so you see all kinds of efforts to put remedial programs in place and things like that. This program seems like one of the answers to that.
It certainly will fast track these students when they graduate high school, go on to college. But you're absolutely right. This is something that's going on countrywide. Certainly in Michigan, we have over 90% of our students started in some sort of remedial study.
Is that right?
Yes, and so our student success rates are lowest in those particular courses. And if you look at an initiative like Achieving the Dream, which is a national initiative which focuses on trying to get students through what they call gatekeeper courses, and those gatekeeper courses are those ones that we've all had, like it might be algebra or trigonometry or your first English class.